I'm Jess Lenore for the Real News Network. Johns Hopkins is facing growing opposition to its quest to obtain an armed private police force. The Real News will be covering the legislative hearings on that proposal that begin Friday in Annapolis. Hopkins says the plan has wide support, but a growing number of students, faculty, and neighboring communities are speaking out against it. Hopkins, a leading educational and medical institution, says the bill to create its own police force is the best way to combat crime on campus. Last year, representatives tabled a similar proposal after widespread community pushback. Hopkins says the new proposal offers more oversight, accountability, and is paired with additional funding for preventative measures like youth programs. At least one neighboring community association has come out in support, but on Monday, residents in Harwood voted to oppose it.
Because last year it was presented and it was so disastrous and arrogant on their part. It already showed how they will approach it moving forward. I think the decision was made then, this is a bad bill and to squash it. And if Hopkins really did respect people and their thoughts and what they said, they would have just left it alone.
Hopkins cites a 2015 study that found private police at the University of Chicago reduced crime by 45 to 60%. But the same private police force has also generated community protests, including over the shooting of student Charles Thomas in 2018.
Care not cops! Care not cops! Care not cops!
Over 90 Hopkins faculty have signed a letter opposing the bill that reads, quote, "It conveys a perception of Hopkins as a campus in an antagonistic relation with non-white and economically precarious Baltimore City, and subscribes in its enforcement policies to the logic of racial profiling." This echoes the president of Hopkins Black Student Union, who spoke at a recent rally.
I've constantly seen my peers, my friends, myself being targeted by the already present law enforcement entities on this campus, and it's very terrifying for us to think that, these minor inconveniences of being assumed to be no good people around this campus, it's scary to think that that could be weaponized and be turned into a matter of life and death.
Despite these developments, Hopkins remained committed to the effort. It's gotten the support of Democratic leaders in the state and former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who recently gave the university a record $1.8 billion gift. Many members of the Baltimore delegation say they remain undecided. But as a Hopkins spokesperson told The Real News, the institution doesn't need the bill at all. Quote, "Like any other private entity in Maryland, Johns Hopkins could hire private armed guards today under existing law, but we do not want to take that approach. Instead, we want to contribute to the public safety of neighborhoods and communities we are part of and create a small model university police department." Stay tuned to The Real News for more on this story. I'm Jess Lenore.